The Mayflower had anchored at Cape Cod Harbor on November 11, 1620. After staying aboard there for a little over a month, the Pilgrims needed to move on to find a place where they could soon settle because that location did not hold promise. On December 17th, the Mayflower dropped anchor in Plymouth Harbor, and the Puritans first set foot on their new homeland at Plymouth Rock.
We need to survey this area for a settlement site. Dear brothers, let's see if this is where we can soon call home. Skipper, ladies, we will return back to the Mayflower within 7 days to report that we have survived.
God is with you in all that you do. I will be happy to remain here to help you take care of the sick. We will humbly await your return. Godspeed.
In the Lord put your trust. We have come here for his glory, and we will soon settle for a new place to call home. Farewell.
Since we set foot on Plymouth Rock, and I never lost faith. See, God has brought us to these two glorious hills. We could build our settlement here.
Yes, you are right. The Indians who used to live here had cleared much of this land, so growing crops here will be easier.
Brother John, why don't you return to the Mayflower to let the women, children, and sick know that we have found our settlement site? We can start getting wood for the common house while you are far away.
Farewell, Brother John. I will return soon.
Look! John Alden has returned. John, hurry aboard and tell us what you have found.
Be truly glad. There's wonderful joy ahead. Brother John Hudden and the crew remain there to start the common house.
What glorious news you have brought us.
We request that women, children, and sick stay aboard the Mayflower until the settlement has been built.
I will continue to help care for my sick family and any others who might need me while you're gone. Thank you so much for returning with the good news. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for all you have given us. By the end of January, 7 residences and 4 common houses were built of wood, mud, clay, and straw. Sadly, many more of the pilgrims aboard the ship died, including the family of Priscilla Mullins.
Puritans, I return with good news. We have finished building our homes, and it is now time for all the pilgrims to unload provisions from the Mayflower and move to our new home. Dear, how are the sick?
Dear John, my parents and brother have died, and many more of our people also perished. We have all been comforted knowing that they are with the Father. John, before my father died,
his consent. In my distressed sympathy to you, Puritans, let us all bow our head in prayer. Thank you, Skipper, for everything. Farewell.
Plymouth, their new home. John and Priscilla were soon married. As the weeks went by, they started looking forward to winter's end. Then, shockingly, on March 16, 1621, Samoset, a Native American, boldly walked into their settlement with a huge smile on his face.
Welcome, Englishmen! This land that you have come to has been home to many of my people, and I bid you glad tidings in your new home.
Thank you so much for your kind greeting. We are so honored to meet you. Would you like to stay with us for the night so we can get to know one another?
Thank you. It would be a privilege.
Okay. That evening, Samoset told him about his people and the land they had settled. He arranged a meeting between the Pilgrims and Chief Massasoit and some of his men. In late March, Chief Massasoit and the governor of Plymouth exchanged gifts and signed a treaty of peace. Squanto, who knew English well, remained so that he could help the Pilgrims learn how to survive.
Thank you so much for remaining with us. The Lord has truly blessed us again.
You're welcome. I will show you many things so that you can survive here. The first thing is you need to know is when to plant. When the leaves on the trees grow to the size of a squirrel's ear, it is time to plant. So look at the trees. It is time. You need to dig holes in the earth and put dead fish into the holes to enrich the soil. After a fortnight, plant your seeds in it. Corn especially grows well there. This autumn, you will have a successful harvest. You can make warmer houses before next winter if you also use drying rushes and dung, the slime and ashes with what you have used.
Thank you for everything. The Lord has truly sent you as an instrument of His love.
Oh, thank you. Squanto shared so much knowledge with them for 18 months. Without his help, they would have probably died. In autumn of 1621, the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag Native Americans celebrated the colony's first successful harvest with the prayerful feast. Yes, it was the first Thanksgiving, a week-long celebration. The Pilgrims prayed and thanked God for all their blessings, their friendship with the Native Americans, and especially for sending Squanto, who was a special instrument sent by our Father for good beyond all their expectations.